It's the draft. The big draft, guys, right? Here's your SmackDown review. I'll tell you what it is. Got a sore throat. Don't expect this one to go long. Just going to quickly go through what happened here and give my opinion, obviously. So that's the point of a review. You talk about what happened and then you give your opinion, funnily enough. Aye, so, and my opinion is probably negative based on this show. But yeah, we kick it off. The draft. Everyone's excited. Cole and the other guy, Pat McAfee, give us a rundown. They tell us how the show is going to be done, how the draft's going to be done tonight. And they say that officials from WWE, who they didn't mention, and executives from the networks such as Fox and USA Network are going to be deciding the draft. Again, officials from WWE, we know who the two, officials are. It's Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, but they both run Raw and SmackDown, so why the fuck would these two have any interest in which show gets which talent? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you think about the drafts in the past, obviously, the first one was McMahon and Flair, and then the second one, you had Eric Bischoff, and you had Paul Heyman. Then even after that, you'd Theodore Long and Coachman, and the drafts going on. You'd Admardo and Strada on ECW. You had the commentary teams that were fighting it out. You had the two rosters that were fighting out. But this just feels like one big fucking happy family, man. This was a disaster. Didn't feel good at all. Adam Pearce comes out and Sonya Deville come out and they say that only half of the draft, only half of the roster will be drafted tonight. But they don't tell you who's eligible. So they're making choices and you don't know. You're thinking, well, why have they not picked him yet? Why have they not picked him yet? Spoiler alert, Brock Lesnar wasn't picked tonight. And that just makes zero fucking sense. Now, I understand that maybe he'll be picked on SmackDown or maybe he's not getting picked because he's a part-timer or whatever. But why wouldn't they at least explain who's available to be drafted and who's not available to be drafted? Like, wouldn't that make more sense? Wouldn't this make more sense if they went tonight? It's only the current SmackDown people that are eligible to be drafted, or if they gave you a list of the people, anything would be better than just them naming random people. So Sonya Deville for SmackDown, she picks Reigns, the champ. So Pierce does the exact same thing for Raw. He picks the Raw champ Big E. Sonya picks Charlotte Flair, and then Adam Pearce for Raw picks Bianca Belair. So Charlotte Flair, the Raw champs, there on SmackDown. I don't know. So what's going to happen? How can you have the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown? I'm assuming they're going to send the SmackDown Women's Champion to Raw. Either that or Becky Lynch will lose the belt to Bianca Belair before the official draft, because the draft picks don't actually take place until after the Crown Jewel pay-per-view, which is a bit weird as well. So these draft effects don't come into effect until 3 weeks time. So again, that doesn't make any sense, and it was just lackluster. Oh yeah, no, they picked the two world champs, and then they had to pick two women in the first round. Like, what the fuck? What kind of draft is this? You know what I mean? It would be draft one, you'd be picking Brock Lesnar, you'd be picking Edge, you'd be picking the fucking stars, right? You wouldn't be picking Bianca Belair. I don't care. She wouldn't be Raw's number 2 pick. It's retarded. Aye, because Raw's going to pick Bianca Belair over Bobby Lashley or Edge or people like that. Doesn't make any sense. Then we come out with Brock Lesnar, with Roman Reigns come to the ring. Paul Heyman, they cut a promo. Paul Heyman calls everyone in Baltimore Baltimoreans. Lesnar interrupts him, gets in the ring, doesn't even cut a promo. They just start fighting. Lesnar gets the upper hand. German suplex. Usos come in. He beats them up. He offers Reigns a chance to come back in to save his cousins. Reigns fucking rejects the offer, and then Brock Lesnar does a couple of F5s. I mean, just garbage. I mean, can we not get Brock Lesnar speaking? At the end of the day, this is just Lesnar coming out and doing a couple of German suplexes. There's nothing great about this, as much as it's cool when he's doing it in matches, and it's awesome to see Brock Lesnar destroy people, but I actually want to hear Brock Lesnar talk, right? I want this as storyline to advance. I want something interesting to happen, and at the moment, this isn't it. So, there you go. Brock Lesnar basically takes out the bloodline to start the show. Then we had Madcap Moss and help alongside Happy Corbin to take on Kevin Owens. It was a one-on-one match, but this Madcap Ross guy kept getting involved, and I think they've totally ruined Corbin. You know, the whole character with him having no money was good, but I mean now that seems to be gone. That seems to be dead, and it's kind of sad because it was actually really good TV. They were doing some really fun stuff with Corbin, but now he's just a guy with money and who's hanging around with a guy that tells terrible fucking jokes. Doesn't make any sense. We then had more draft pick rounds, to be honest. I can't really remember who got drafted to where. Some team from NXT got drafted to SmackDown, and it's like a team with black people, and there's a woman in it that looks like Bianca Belair, so that's basically why. It's like, oh, we've got someone that looks a bit like Bianca Belair, so we have to move her to Raw. I can guarantee you that was the fucking mindset behind this draft pick, absolutely. Edge got drafted to Raw, Riddle and RK Bro got drafted to Raw, New Day got drafted to SmackDown. There may be some more picks, I can't think. Sonya Deville begrudgingly drafted Naomi to SmackDown. She didn't want to, but she said it wasn't her choice, but she got drafted anyway. With an 8-man tag match with the New Day and the Street Profits defeating Chad Gable, Otis, and the Dirty Dogs. Fucking irrelevant. Tag team wrestling's absolute shit. Now, I used to love tag team wrestling back in the day when you actually had good teams. I mean, back in the Attitude Era, the teams were fucking shit hot. Even the Ruthless Aggression Era had some solid teams, but like the tag teams now, they're garbage, especially the Dirty Dogs. I mean, what are they doing with them? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Just release Dolph Ziggler, and I don't know, maybe give Rude a title run, or not like a small title or so. I don't know, right? This show sucks. Best thing about this show was Seth Rollins invading Edge's house, broke into it. Well, he didn't break it because the front door was open, but he went into Edge's house. He helped himself to stuff in the fridge. He mocked Edge's children's artwork. He was lying on the couch eating an apple, spreading it out. I mean, this is probably the best stuff Seth Rollins has done in years. I've never been a fan of Seth Rollins, to be fair, but I enjoyed this current feud with Edge. It was good. Edge, though, told Beth Phoenix, phoned her, told her not to go back to the house, and he said he'd phone Daniel and David. Who the fuck's Daniel and David? I mean, what? Who's Daniel and David? What are they going to do? Go over to the house and beat up Seth Rollins? I mean, why wouldn't you phone the police? The guy's just like walked into your house. Doesn't make much sense to me, but aye. What else did we have in this show? Jeff Hardy got drafted to SmackDown. He was about to cut an interview. Brock Lesnar appeared and Jeff Hardy shat it and walked away. Like, what the fuck? What else did we have? We had... I can't remember, but my throat is really sore, so I'll just talk about the main event. Main event, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Sasha Banks again debuting another new outfit tonight. This one wasn't as good. It didn't show as much as her ass as the one at Extreme Rules did, so maybe they told her, look, that one's too risky. We need you to change this outfit. You need to wear this instead. I mean, the outfit was alright, but... Oh yeah, but also there was Carmella versus Liv Morgan. During the match, Carmella's like, she puts a mask on. She says she doesn't want her face to get, she wants to protect her face. But she put on this, like, it was like a cloth mask. It was like made of cloth or some stupid material. So this would have in no way protected your face. It's not like the face protector that Sheamus has been wearing. Like one that would actually protect your nose. This one was fucking retarded. It was just like a gimp mask or something, man. Like, I don't know if it was made of leather or cloth or whatever it was made of, polystyrene, I don't bloody know, but it wouldn't have protected your face. That was garbage. Main event time. Sasha Banks defeated Bianca Belair with Becky Lynch on commentary thanks to outside interference. Then after the match, Charlotte Flair came in, kicked Sasha Banks. She held her title up while Becky Lynch stood on the announcer's table and she held her title up. So, garbage show. Oh, probably better than Raw, to be fair. The pacing's not as bad. I'm depressed watching this, guys. I don't know how much more I can watch and review this stuff. But yeah, SmackDown. Half asleep here. I enjoyed the Seth Rollins stuff. I mean, it was cool seeing Brock Lesnar, but just they didn't really do much with him. Or there was a segment where Reigns was kind of berating Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman was near greeting, so I don't know if at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised to see Paul Heyman side with Brock Lesnar when these two meet. But I mean, it was alright. Was it better than Raw? Probably, because Raw's fucking terrible. But it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Oh, fuck me, man. 3 a.m. in the morning. I must have better things. Is my life that bad that I'm reviewing wrestling at 3 a.m. in the morning? Like, come on. Anyway, I'll give it it was alright. I'll give it a fucking 2 out of 10. Draft shite, right? They need to fucking change the draft. Just two officials coming out and, oh, next pick's this, next pick's that. I mean, come on. Like, see when you had the fucking GMs, you'd Bischoff and Heyman and you'd McMahon. And go rewatch the 2002 draft, and you've got like Ric Flair and Vince McMahon, and they're like negotiating, they're like, actually thinking about who they're going to pick next and all this, and you can see the wee entertaining segments and all this. It was good stuff. What do you up with this draft? You fuck all. Just Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce coming out, boring as fuck. You know what I mean? It's monotone as fuck. Just coming out. Raw's next pick, Becky Lynch. SmackDown's next pick, Jeff Hardy. Like, what is this, man? Come on, the fuck. Screw this shite. Screw this shite, SmackDown. I'm going to give it a 2, and that's probably being generous. The only thing I enjoyed was Seth Rollins. Till next time. Well, and Seth Rollins and Edge. It was a joint combination. Till next time, peace.